Hey everyone, so trying to do a review on the Marvel Legends Uncanny Xforce Deathlok. It looks really cool. I'm really glad they made this figure. It keeps building on our Xforce team. On the side here is a really cool drawing of Deathlok, along with the X-Men logo up there. And on the back, it just shows the back of the figure. There you go. Alright, so we're going to get this guy opened up and check out the details. Alright, so first up on his accessories, he has the big gun that we saw with the first release from the Sasquatch wave. It also comes with translucent yellow bullets. Very cool. Instead of the more kind of like mustard yellow bullets. But it's kind of interesting, translucent bullets. It also comes with the same handgun or blaster, whatever you want to call it. Except it's got a little red paint on the scope there. Very cool. But it did come with this in the first release also. And then they did give him one extra gun. I believe this one came with Bishop also. But it's cool they threw in this extra gun. But it's just darker gray. Yep, not much to say. Alright, now getting to Deathlok. He looks so cool in the X-Force suit. I really like this. He's got a nice head sculpt. You can see some of the rotting of his skin there. It looks really cool. Maybe not be rotting, but it looks like it's rotting to me. But very cool. Really liking that paint job and just the overall sculpt. I think that looks really nice. Get better. There we go. He's got the one yellow eye. It does have a little bit of brown paint on the yellow eye, so that's kind of a bummer. And you got the red eye with the black around it. Looks good, but you can see some of the, or it's like a light gray. But you see some of it got on the, right on the brow here, on the silver, which is not too noticeable from far away, but in this lighting I can definitely see it. But overall, it's got a nice shiny silver paint application there. Very serious look. And he's got his little pack on his back here. It's just more in that dark gray, almost black plastic, and it's got a lot of scratches and scuffs and dings there. I think that's cool. Now on the front of the chest here, it's got more of the flat light gray with the X logo right there, and it looks nice and cleanly painted. I like how the red's not bleeding over into the black. And that light gray continues around his neck and get the nice black lines in the front of the chest here, and that's also painted really well. It's not bleeding over into the light gray. You got the hose in the front. And it continues with that light gray, and you got the brown pouches and brown gauntlet with the silver hand here, just an open, grasping hand. The pouches look good. It's got a holster for the hand, more like a hand, more for his handgun. I cannot talk tonight. I'm sorry. It's got silver paint applications on the belt buckle and on the pouches that continue along. And it's done a darker gray with the hose, and on the silver arm has another gray gauntlet with more of the pistol gripping hand. And then coming down here, so the light gray again with the black around it. Looks good. Mine does have this problem. I don't know if you guys can see this. There's a gap, and I've been pushing on it. It just didn't get quite pressed all the way in. It's not affecting the articulation or anything, but it does just kind of bother me. So I may fiddle with that a little more. But continues with the silver. I've always liked the sculpt of this Deathlok. And it does have the brown pads on the front. And it continues with the black and silver boots. Looks really cool. Again, it's really well painted. Besides the front of the figure here, that's probably the main blemishes on the eyebrow here and on the eye right there. But overall, that's kind of the main blemishes that I've seen overall. But very nice looking figure. His head, we're going to go over the articulation. So his head looks left and right. He looks up, good. Looks down, good. Got ball joints in the shoulders. They move out, down, forward, and back. Upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, wrist rotation, also a hinge at the wrist. It does have an ab crunch, and this does come out easily, but just kind of presses or pegs right back in there. But yeah, it's definitely not a strong hold. It does have a waist swivel, a ab crunch down pretty far, back back's not so much, but at least the hose doesn't peg out. Already did the waist swivel, kicks up pretty high. Spreads about that much, but again, you can see that gap. It's got upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees, boot rotation, ankles move down, they move up. He does have nice ankle rockers and pegals bomb his feet. All right, I'll show you guys how tall Deathlok is, and I guess I'll show you him holding his weapons too. So here he is holding the more, added in blaster that we got. It's always hard putting these things back on while looking through the camera. If I just didn't look at the camera, it'd be better. But overall, it's a nice, hard, firm grip. This hand's very hard plastic, so pulling out his fingers, you may need to warm them up. Of course, I did not. I just wanted to Try to get it in there. But yep, fits on his hand very well. Nice firm grip. And here he is gripping the bigger gun. I do wish there was like another handle or something by it. I tend to just have him holding it resting in there and these just kind of peg in. Another thing I kind of wish we had, it would just be a simple little thing, like maybe had a peg right here with a little peg hole and be able to just kind of holster this gun right here. I think that would have been really cool, or even on his bag, or I mean on his back, but on the side I think would have been really cool to do. I don't know, but it does holster the little handgun there. But all right, so we're going to check out the height of Deathlok, and we'll get into the comparisons, and of course comparing him, getting him set up with the Xforce. All right, so Deathlok stands a little over, tad bit over 6.5 inches. And here he is next to the more, and yes, his knees are bent, so he's a little bit hunched down, but I'll try to stand him up straight here. But here he is next to the Sasquatch Wave Deathlok. So you can just kind of see the differences. Mainly darker, darker browns, of course, a different suit. And you got the American flag, and then he's got the Xforce X. Very cool. All right, let's bring in the Xforce. All right, I think this looks really cool. His light gray is definitely very much the same as Deadpool here, but it doesn't quite match with, obviously, Warpath. He's got more of the metallic, kind of silverish gray, and then, but he definitely kind of matches with the Psylocke belt and the Wolverine. So they pretty much match, and also with the same gray as X-23. So it is cool. It is cool. They do work well together. There's not too much of a variation. I say they look like a solid team. But very cool to keep building up on the Xforce. I think this is awesome. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review and the comparisons. Please leave a comment, hit the like button, and subscribe if you haven't. Take care.